Howdy folks, today's soap is from Yulay. I guess you might say this is the Hercules series. The name of this soap is a Holiday Sparkle. It is a goat milk and glycerin based soap. That's what this soap looks like. You can tell I've already been in it, scooped some out, and it's a fairly soft soap. Not real sure what the scent profile is. Per my nose, I smell, I'm wanting to say pineapple, maybe tangerine. It's definitely a sweet fruit scent. Blades of the day, this will be the first time me trying these. These are Derby Premium. And as you can tell, they come in a 5-pack. I also got the usual suspects. Got my alum block complete with rubber band. Thayer's Witch Hazel with aloe. Going to follow the shave up with the aftershave from Yulay Holiday Sparkle. Can't tell what it looks like there. This is Witch Hazel, it doesn't have alcohol in it. And I've got the soap here whipped up. Got this one here whipped up more on the wet side with the Red Dirt Shaving Society group brush from Leo. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. Still has a little bit of that orange tint to it. Kind of reminds me of a color. Kind of reminds me of a pumpkin, even though I don't smell any pumpkin. Shaver of the day is a Parker. I believe the model number is 12R. I think it weighs in at about 3 ounces if I remember right. And this handle right here is buffalo horn. And one of the right, I don't know if you can tell, there's the change in color right there. But had this one for a moment, waiting for this month to give it a try. Already put a hot towel to the face, bloom water. Go ahead and get started here. This month I've been shaving with DE shavers and using a different blade and the shavers in. This will be my first time trying a Derby Premium. Earlier this week I tried a Lion and a Bluebird, and they're both made by Derby. There went some lather there. If I remember correctly, the coating appears to be the same. The Lion and the Bluebird, at least to me, more or less seem to shave the same way. Kind of felt the same. And if I remember correctly, the coating on this one here, I think was listed the same way. There's about 4 or 5 items that are listed with the coating for these blades. I've got a link down below for, in other words, the soap, where I found these blades at. In other words, I didn't buy the 100-pack. I noticed that it seems like some of the later models, this handle is a little bit different. Doesn't have this part right here, so I may have a older model shaver here. I think the handle is like 4 inches in length. I have to say already, the shave feel of this blade here is not what I would consider typical Derby blade. In other words, I had shaved with a cue ball, and it reminded me of crystal blades, which in other words Persona from Israel. sometimes when when you got that little bit of a hint where they're made from or made by, kind of helps give me a clue what I'm feeling. It's kind of like having the scent profile in the soap. It might be orange. I'm thinking tangerine. Think I smell pineapple. There's another scent in there that I'm smelling, but I'm not sure what it is. If you had that list, then the light bulb would come on. Yes, that's what I'm smelling. I have to say though, the lion and the bluebird for me, using these shavers, Parker, as the shave went on, it seemed like the shave got even smoother. In other words, really nice shaves. I think sometimes certain brand shavers and certain brand blades seem to pair up rather well, and I don't know if it was they had designed it to work that way or it just happened to work that way. Pretty smooth shave past few days, with sometimes all the grief that a derby blade might get. There are some shavers I've used derby blades in that really get pretty decent shaves. Can't complain a bit. Then I've had other shavers where I didn't feel like it paired up very well. It's one of those things where your mileage may vary, and might want to try a sample pack. If you got several shavers in your den, and if it's that much of an issue to you, might want to keep a record of what pairs up well with the razor, with the shaver I should say. You can kind of tell this stuff's pretty creamy. It's comes in a tin. Get about 3 ounces of soap, and I think it runs, I think it's $8.99. I've had this one here for a moment. Monica had it on sale for, you could get the soap and the aftershave, I think 50% off at one point in time. So in other words, I've had this one for a little while, waiting for this month to use it. I have some Wild West soap. That I'll be using here pretty soon. Russell has a Private Reserve 1 and 2 soap in a solid aftershave. I had never used solid aftershave before, so plan on making a video with that one too for a first time go. I have been wanting this razor. I should say one like this, one with a buffalo horn. I've been, ever since I saw it back when before I even bought my very first DE shaver, looked at that and said, I've got to get me one of those one day. Looks so cool. Think I might try to get one more with a lighter color handle. I think that one's referred to as the model number is 11R. And the packaging that you get with this shaver is not, how you say, typical. That if you've ever bought a Parker shaver, you know what I'm talking about. It comes with just a regular box, I guess you might say. And this shaver here comes in a I guess you might call it a flip top box, clamshell. somewhat nicer packaging. I have to say, this soap, not that her other soaps don't feel this way, but considering the price on this soap, feels pretty good on the face. There's a lot of lather in this brush. Could go on for a while. On Sunday, I'll have be shaving with a Shavette. I guess you might say the Dovo is the, I guess you might say the founding father of the Shavette, if you will, the word, from what I understand. And I've always been concerned about the weight of a Dovo. Didn't think I would be too happy with that shaver, and didn't realize at the time that the if you get the green insert, which is difficult to find, you really have to hunt for that one. That it takes Persona hair shaper blades. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's quite a bit of feedback. And the Lion and the Bluebird, I don't remember getting quite that kind of feedback. Anyway, Sunday, Shavette. When I plan on shaving with that Dovo with the green insert, Persona hair shaper blade in it. Not the mini, the long one. That's the reason why you need the green insert, is for that blade. And if you're wondering, in other words, the ones I got come in a box like this. So I'm kind of anxious to try it, because like I said, I remember when I first started, I was looking at them and I realized how light they were, and I leaned towards heavier shavers, but over time, I guess you might say I've gotten better, being able to shave with Shavettes that are lightweight. So I thought maybe it might be time to give it a try, because even some of the vintage hair shapers, like a double duck, for one. I have one that's pretty lightweight, and the very first time I shaved with it, I guess you might say I kind of struggled with the weight. After, it's a learning curve for me when it comes to lightweight shavers. Have to say they've, over time, I've gotten a lot better. The Focus Slim is, for me, one of them. It was really easy to pick up and shave with that one. Guess you might say I didn't really have any trouble shaving with it, even though it's a very lightweight shaver. I was really surprised. It's one of my favorite shavers, especially when it comes to lightweights. Really easy to use, at least it was for me. Witch hazel. Guess you might say there's certain shavers that have a bit of a block, a mental block, that I need to figure out if I can get past them or not. but I do prefer the heavier shaver. For me, it's really easy to pick up on, especially with my beard type being coarse and especially thickly populated right over closer to here. Man, I really struggled early on with a light shaver, especially right through here. It's a real trouble spot for me. I try not to go for the BBS. I just want a smooth, comfortable shave. That's all I'm looking for. In other words, I do not enjoy the weepers because they have a strong tendency to last, you know, way longer than I prefer. Every once in a while I'll get one. It happens. Usually I don't even notice it until after I'm done with the shave and give one last look in the mirror, and I'm going like, what is that? I got a weeper. Like, you know, doesn't take much for it to go away, but it's not one that stings and irritates, you know, for half of the day or anything quite like that. So anyway, this is a beautiful shaver. Yesterday I shaved with a Parker 111W. In other words, it had a white handle. I guess you might say a very classic looking shaver, and it's like, wow, I really enjoy that handle. You know, the rest of the razor also, but that handle is it is really nice in the hands. Show you what this Derby Premium looks like. Now this is the one that I have. Other ones may look a little bit different on that print because that print's kind of light. It's not very dark, but that's it does say the Premium on there. It does shade different than the other Derbys, I'd have to say. Yeah, and oddly enough, that was my first and only shave, but I'd almost have to say I like the other ones better than this one. Pretty odd, I know. Still there's a lot of lather here. Doesn't take very much to work it up. Leo does a great job on this. This brush is just beautiful. Great job on the group brush. I just happen to be a part of the group at the right time. You know, sometimes when you join a group, they've already, you know, had something like this going on. Just happened to be there at the right time. This is a really nice brush. Had a great shave. Hope everybody's doing well. Probably will be Saturday and Sunday will be my next shaves, and I think on I don't know if I'll do one on Friday or not because I've got some soap that I got coming up that I might want to show. Yulay has I got this one. It's a holiday soap, and it's got like an olive leaf in there with some berries on it, and I'm wanting to shave with it on Friday, so I might do an extra video on Friday. But everybody stay safe and smooth shaves to you.